Thank you, Chairman, members of the committee. Susan Myers of the 131st, here in opposition to HB 3105 as written. And I apologize, I wasn't in here to hear his explanation of the bill, so there may be something that was covered that I saw as a problem. The first time I ever spoke was at a House hearing in support of SEPA back in 2020. And just some background, I'm state director with Women for Gun Rights. I'm a member of Armed Women of America. I'm a member of Second Amendment Foundation, which, being a member, has covered me from federal overreach in a couple of areas. And I also lead my church's safety team. In that testimony I gave back in 2020, I shared how I carry a gun loaded with 11 rounds along with a spare 12-round magazine. My point was, even someone like me could easily find herself on the wrong side of federal overreach, like implementing a standard capacity mag ban, or as it turned out, owning a pistol brace. The original SEPA provided a deterrent to keep state and local officers from enforcing federal laws, rules, or executive orders that the state deemed outside the bounds of the Second Amendment. So what protections does 3105 provide me? Officers cannot violate my legal rights under the Second Amendment, but there's no mention of what Missouri would consider a federal violation of the Second. So, were a federal mag ban in place, I would not have a legal right to own standard capacity magazines. And I find nothing in the bill that would serve as any sort of deterrent to officers were they to find me in possession of them. For the sake of argument, assuming perhaps Article 1, Section 23 of Missouri's Constitution is somehow enough protection to cover this scenario, what is my recourse? I am to rely on the department to police their own, or as a backup, the AG or prosecuting attorney of the jurisdiction has standing to pursue action. Okay, what if they don't want to? Where's the deterrent? My end goal isn't to sue anyone. I simply want an officer who might see my spare mag in my cup holder to tip his hat and say, "Carry on." SEPA wasn't a money grab. It was to serve as a bulwark against federal overreach. You want to enact further gun control, get used to enforcing it yourselves. Full stop. And switching gears as to the definition of law-abiding citizen, I noticed that it includes is not a danger to self or others, and wondered determined how and by whom, because that language is much too vague and reads as opening a door to red flag laws, which I and Women for Gun Rights strongly oppose due to their use against women by their abusers and stalkers. So I ask the committee to refrain from passing this bill in its current form. Thank you.